Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at Butterfly Brilliance again. I really can't get enough of this stamp set at the moment. It is just lovely. In fact, it's been so popular that it's out of stock at the moment, but they've got some more coming in next week. So it's one of those things that if you want it, I would get on board and get it fairly quickly, because it seems to be selling out before it's even sort of arrived. The reason why it is such a good stamp set is, which I've said to you all before, is that it is one solid stamp. So you can put it onto your Stamparatus, you can put it onto a large background block, and you can stamp out and get yourself 6 butterflies. However, what happens if you only want to use, for example, a little butterfly like these ones? Well, it's one of those things that you don't have to. I know some people will cut their stamps apart, but I like to be able to use it as it is. So I thought today it would be about colouring, and we're using watercolour pencils and a tip of using yellows, which I think you will like, and how to actually stamp with the whole thing and just take one butterfly out. Going to be more difficult if you want to do the centre ones, but for these little ones, and quite often we want quite a few little ones and we only want one large one. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a B block and I am going to place the little butterfly that I want to use in on that B block and just pressing it down to move these pencils out of the way so that they're not in the way. And I've just got myself some little sort of scraps. I think they would be just about the right size, we'll see. And I've got a good black ink. So we are going to, if you turn it round so you're doing it on the edge, and we are then going to just ink up the one image onto that block. Then you need to be a little bit careful picking it up, but if you pick it up and turn it over, you can then see where you want to stamp it, and we'll put it just down here like that, give it a stamp and pick it up, and we've got one butterfly perfectly. So I'm going to do a couple more of these, and as I say, they are it's quite easy if you just take the block that you want. And I know some people, you know, like cutting their stamps up, and you can always do that. I know some people have decided to buy 2, one for cutting up, but I'm very much about using what you've got and being able to use it quite easily to be able to, I'm going to have to bring this down just a tad so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll just put this one in there like that. So that's number 2. And you can carry on, and you can see I've just used a tiny little scrap of paper. Now, as I said to you before, I have only bought the stamp set because for me, I don't need the dies. I'm quite happy to fussy cut out, and I think the stamp set is probably one of the best price points that they've given, because it is one solid stamp rather than lots of stamps. It is only £16, which I think is exceptional value, particularly for a red rubber cling stamp like this. I think it is just really very, very good. So that's the stamp set out of the way. Now I thought I would show you, because I know I've had a couple of people that have turned around and said, the last couple of ones I've shown you, you know, they've already been coloured in, and how do we do the colouring? So I thought I would show you a very simple way of colouring, and I'm not going to do blue. I've turned around and said blue is my absolute favourite, but we're going to do a pink one. So we're going to have Flirty Flamingo, and then we are going to have Melon Mambo. And then we're going to take a yellow, which is Daffodil Delight in the pencils, and we're going to colour that in. Now I've found, and this is only through my own experimenting, that if you add a touch of yellow, it really brings it out beautifully. So I'm hoping that this is dried enough, and with the pencil we're literally just going to colour over in with the pink, and we're going to do it nice and near, and we're not colouring in little tiny bits of it, we're literally going right the way across the whole of the butterfly like this. So coming out sort of almost to the edge, but not quite. So that's the Flirty Flamingo. Then we're going to take the Melon Mambo, and we're going to take the Melon Mambo round the edge. And with watercolour pencils, you can use them just as they are, or you can then add water to them. Now, this time we are literally just using the pencils, so it's a way of doing it really quickly and easily. You can spend a lot of time if you want to, but you don't have to. And as I say, we're just with the pencils. You can see the pencils are really vibrant, and that's what I like about them. You know, they stand alone beautifully, and you don't have to add water if you don't want to. They're highly pigmented. And then we are going to take the inside of the body, and that's going to come down in the Melon Mambo. So we've got that one done like that. Then I'm taking the yellow, and just in the space in between, I'm just going to, almost blending it through, just add that little bit of yellow. And for me, I think it really just pops the image and makes the butterfly look more realistic. I think when we have trying to do butterflies that aren't sort of, you know, standard blues and things, it can be quite difficult. But by just popping it through, and then we can take the Melon Mambo again if we want to, and just deepen that edge part. And you can see you can quite easily just layer it up. So I'm doing this quite quickly. You can spend more time, but I'm literally just going round the edges. So we've got this nice dark piece in here, and then I'm going to take the Flirty Flamingo again and just blend that through in across onto the yellow, because by doing that it just blends it through. And the pencils at the moment are blends, which are alcohol markers, as you know, are incredibly popular, and everybody's doing everything with the markers. However, markers will run out and you lose the colour and you have to buy new ones. With pencils, these will probably last you, oh, I don't know, maybe the whole time that you're colouring, because I've certainly had mine since they first came out, and I sharpen them a little bit, but they will last for years and years and years. So I highly recommend them. They come in 2 sets, so you've got 2 different sets. I will put a link down below for them. And the second butterfly we're doing with crushed curry, and we're doing it with the Daffodil Delight, and we're doing it with Granny Apple Green. So again, I wanted to take a butterfly that was going to be a little bit different. So we're going to again start in on the centre, and we're just colouring it through. And you can see how bright these pencils are. You can use them on the edge to build up the colour, or you can use them more on the points. But again, we're just taking that lovely Daffodil Delight in on there, which is a beautiful colour. Really sort of makes it pop. Lovely sort of springtime butterflies and things coming through. I think we have some, the garden is starting to get like spring. Now we're going to take the crushed curry, and again, look at the names on the pencils rather than the actual ends, because if you look at that, that looks very brown, but it actually is crushed curry. So when you start to colour round, you can see you've got that really nice sort of deep depth of yellow coming through. And again, I'm just taking it round on the side. So these are very simple, easy colouring techniques which anybody can do. You can do them in any colour you want as well. Just sort of play around with the colours that you like. As you know, I'm very much, I love blue butterflies, and I've done a lot with blues, and I thought, well, you know what, let's try doing something with a different colour. So I'm using the dark again, just down in the body, to just give a different depth of colour coming through. Then I'm going to take the Granny Apple Green, and again in this space I'm just going to colour that through. So we have that really rather nice, bright, vibrant green, and again through on this one. And as you can see, the colours are really nice and bright. If you then put the watercolour, the aqua paint, so you add water to them, it does water them down a little bit. It will give a different look, but for this, and I'm just going to go across on the centre here to just blend some of this through, so you get some of the green coming out. And then I'm just going to take the Daffodil Delight again and just go over the whole of this, just to, as I say, blend it in a little bit, because that's the nice thing with them. It gives a really nice soft finish as well. So that gives you two very different types of butterfly that are quite spring-like. Now, again, as I turn around and said to you, I haven't bought the dies. I am just going to cut them out. So I thought I would show you how sort of quite quick and easy it is to just literally take your scissors. You can give a little bit of a border if you want to. So we'll just have a little bit of a border around on here, and you just turn your paper as you go. The little ones are fairly easy, even the big ones are. You know, I've not bought the dies at all, and I'm even talking while I'm cutting this out, which normally I have to go a little bit quiet, but it's quite a nice, easy sort of little shape to cut out. So we go around here, and you're going to say, well, when we get to the antenna, it's going to be quite difficult. To be quite honest, it isn't. And that's why I thought I would show you that it is not as difficult as you might think. So we're going to come around to these here and literally take it down, turn your paper around, take it up on the antenna, turn the paper around, leaving your scissors where they are, come down into that center part, again turn your paper around. And I know that a lot of you are very good at fussy cutting, but I know there's a few of you that always say that you struggle with fussy cutting, so it is a matter of just turning your paper as you go. Take it down into here, turn it round, and then just up on this bit. So you can see it's only taken me a moment, and then you have your beautiful little butterfly cut out. So that's that's what I really wanted to come on and show you today, and the colour combinations that we've used. And I thought I would show you a card that I'm putting together to just sort of add these ones to, and it is this one here. So again, I've used things that we've already got. I haven't stuck any of it down yet, but I've taken the lovely daisies. There is a stamp set and a punch for these, so you can get the two flowers coming out, daisies or sunflowers or whatever you want. I've used the green from the Forever Green because I really like that foliage. I think it works perfectly with butterflies. And you can see I've just put a sentiment in, which is Smile, which is from that set. And let me just grab the set while I've got it. Have I got it out? Let me just have a look at the shelf. Here we are, Daisy Lane. So it's looking at the stamp sets that you've already got. So I've used the Daisy Lane with the large and the small, and I stamped it out in Bumblebee. And then I used my Crushed Curry and my Daffodil Delight to colour them in. And then the leaves we've did the other day from the Forever Fern. And then I just took the Sentiment Smile because I think, you know, it just makes you smile looking at a pretty card like that. And you can see I've just put the butterflies down. So again, it gives it that sort of floral look, but the butterflies work beautifully. So an easy way of doing the butterflies. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be doing something else next time because I've done quite a few of the butterflies. But if you want more butterflies, just leave me a comment and I will do some other things with them. Any suggestions on the butterflies you want me to do? Again, feel free to comment below. But as always, thank you so much for watching me. Please stay safe and well and be kind. Bye-bye.